Across the wild, survival depends on movement, endurance, and the ancient instinct to migrate. From scorching plains to frozen tundra and endless seas, nature demands extraordinary journeys. Our journey begins with the wildebeest, following an ancient road written across the Serengeti. For these animals, the journey begins together, but the wilderness will test every one of them. They move because the land ahead promises food, water, and another chance to survive. Fresh grass offers temporary relief, but stopping too long could become dangerous. The herd keeps moving before the dry land consumes the food and water around them. Ahead lies their first water source, promising strength after hours beneath the sun. The slope is steep, yet the promise of water pulls them steadily forward. After hours of travel, cool water restores strength and gives the herd precious time. Rehydrated but still vulnerable, they leave the water and return to the road ahead. Every pause matters because predators watch the same paths used by migrating herds. A distant predator changes everything, forcing the herd to stay close and move carefully. Together, hundreds of bodies become their strongest defense against danger. The danger fades behind them, but the journey still stretches far beyond the horizon. Under the burning sun, every kilometer costs energy and the animals cannot easily replace. A short rest beneath the trees gives the herd enough strength to continue. Their path is written across the grass, carried forward by generations before them. Now soft ground turns every step into another test of strength and balance. They cross slowly, relying on the herd to guide every animal through unstable ground. Once safely across, the herd gathers itself and continues toward greener country. At last, the land begins to change, offering signs that the journey may be worthwhile. Fresh grass restores their energy, but migration never truly ends with the seasons. With renewed strength, the herd rises again and follows its ancient route. The valley ahead is wide, and crossing it will expose the herd to new dangers. Even the smallest disturbance can spread through hundreds of animals within seconds. A distant storm approaches, bringing uncertainty and the promise of fresh water. Rain transforms the journey, turning dust into mud while promising life to the land. The animals endure the storm together, protected by numbers and instinct. When the clouds break, the renewed landscape rewards the herd for enduring the storm. For now, abundant grass gives them exactly what the journey demanded. Rest becomes possible at last, but instinct keeps several animals watching the horizon. Even during rest, survival depends on awareness of everything beyond the herd. Another morning arrives, and instinct becomes stronger than the comfort of staying. From the ridge, the herd sees new country waiting beyond the horizon. They descend together, following a route shaped by weather, memory, and survival. The journey has carried them to richer ground, where the herd can finally recover. Here, Every mouthful becomes energy for the journey that still lie ahead. Their destination is never simply a place, but the next chance to survive. And as one journey continues, another great migration is already beginning elsewhere. Across the plains, another striped traveler prepares to follow the changing seasons. For the zebra, movement means following fresh grass before the dry season takes it away. Together, they leave familiar grazing grounds and begin a demanding search for better pasture. Thousands of hooves turn the open plain into a moving river of stripes. The first obstacle is water, and even a shallow crossing requires careful movement. One by one, they enter the current, keeping the younger animals safely within the herd. Once across, the herd quickly regains its rhythm and follows greener land. The herd cannot linger, because every patch of grass will eventually disappear. Far ahead, rain clouds promise new growth, drawing the herd deeper into the wilderness. The storm slows them briefly, but the fresh rain may transform their destination. Fresh rain awakens the grass, giving the travelers new energy to continue. Yet the journey continues because the richest feeding grounds remain beyond the hills. From higher ground, the herd can see how far it still has to travel. The descent brings them closer to richer grass, but also exposes them to hidden danger. A predator appears at the edge of the valley, and the herd immediately tightens. The safest response is movement, and thousands of hooves turn panic into escape. Once danger falls behind, the herd gathers strength and continues. Shade offers temporary relief, but the changing season keeps pulling them onward. As the heat fades, the herd resumes its steady march toward better ground. The river marks another stage of the journey and another test of endurance. They search for firm ground because one careless step can waste precious energy. At first light, the herd finally commits to the crossing. The current is gentle, but every zebra must keep its footing. Safely across, they pause only long enough to shake off the water. Beyond the river, fresh pasture rewards the herd for completing another dangerous stage. The first time in days, food seems abundant enough for a longer rest. But seasonal travelers know that abundance never lasts forever. When the grass begins drying, instinct tells them it is time to move. Their route follows the invisible map created by rain, grass, and memory. Every step carries them farther from yesterday and closer to tomorrow's feeding grounds. From the ridge, the next chapter of their journey stretches across the valley. The herd moves downhill together, carrying the strength gained from the last feeding grounds. Here, the journey finally delivers what every traveler has been seeking: abundant food. The herd has survived another demanding passage, but migration remains a cycle. Tonight they rest, knowing another season will eventually call them onward. Their journey continues because the wilderness never stops changing. Together, they follow the changing landscape that has shaped their lives. The road ahead remains uncertain, but the herd has learned to move with it. And far to the north, another migration is beginning beneath a colder sky. In the far north, survival demands a journey across one of Earth's harshest landscapes. These caribou must travel with the seasons before snow and cold close the land around them. Each step consumes energy, yet staying still can be even more dangerous. Even here, small patches of vegetation can mean the difference between strength and exhaustion. The weather changes quickly, forcing the herd forward before the trail disappears. Visibility fades, but instinct keeps the herd moving towards safer ground. Shelter from the wind gives the exhausted animals a brief chance to recover. As the storm passes, the herd rises and continues along the ancient route. Frozen water becomes another obstacle, demanding careful steps from every animal. One difficult crossing is behind them, but the cold journey continues. The landscape seems endless, and every distant ridge becomes another marker. The wind intensifies, testing the herd's endurance across the open tundra.
By staying together, they reduce the exposure each animal must endure alone.
Below the ridge, the valley offers protection and a little more food. Sparse food is enough for now, but the herd cannot remain here forever. Their bodies recover just enough to begin the next stage of the journey. Ahead, the mountains mark the direction the herd has followed for generations. The deeper snow makes every step harder, especially for the youngest travelers. The adults create easier paths, allowing younger animals to conserve precious energy. Exposed vegetation provides a vital reward after the difficult climb. For a short while, the herd can rest without fighting the landscape. Morning brings another decision: remain sheltered or continue toward richer ground. The lower they travel, the easier each step becomes. At the valley floor, the herd finally reaches richer feeding ground. Food restores strength that the long northern journey has steadily consumed. Here, survival becomes quieter, but the changing Arctic will demand movement again. The herd moves onward, following a rhythm older than any single animal. Their migration connects feeding grounds across enormous distances. The river blocks the path, forcing the herd to find a safe crossing. One careful crossing brings them safely to the opposite side. The herd gathers again and continues before the cold drains their strength. Twilight arrives, but necessity keeps the herd moving. Together, they conserve warmth until another cold morning begins. The herd rises again, carrying the journey forward one step at a time. As the season shifts, melting snow reveals the resources they have been seeking. New growth finally rewards the herd after weeks of cold and difficult travel. The landscape is changing, and another chapter of migration begins. In the Arctic, survival belongs to those who keep moving. Far south, another giant traveler begins a journey guided by one powerful need: water. For elephants, the search for water can determine where an entire family travels. The oldest females remember routes that younger elephants have never traveled. The riverbed is dry, but the herd knows water may lie farther ahead. They follow the memory of water across a landscape that appears completely empty. The heat rises, making every step more demanding. Shade offers temporary relief, but the herd still needs water. The matriarch leads them onward, trusting a route learned through years of survival. Green vegetation suggests that water may be closer than the dry landscape suggests. Their senses sharpen as the first signs of water appear. At last, hidden water gives the exhausted herd exactly what it needs. The herd drinks deeply, restoring strength after the long journey. Water cools their bodies and gives the family time to recover. With water behind them, the herd follows greener land toward the next feeding ground. Fresh vegetation replaces the energy lost during the hardest miles. The family rests together while the hottest hours pass overhead. When the heat softens, the herd resumes its search for water. Distant storms promise rain, and the herd instinctively moves toward them. Rain transforms the journey, filling forgotten channels and awakening the dry earth. Fresh water appears around them, giving the family a rare moment of abundance. The wet season has changed the landscape, opening new paths across the wilderness. Abundant vegetation now gives the family enough food to slow their journey. The journey continues through richer country, guided by changing seasons. A wide river blocks their path, forcing the family to find a safe crossing. The adults enter first, creating a safe route for the smaller elephants. Slowly, the entire family crosses the current together. Safely across, they gather again before continuing into the green country. The youngest travelers stay close, learning routes that may guide their own families. Night brings rest, but the family remains connected by constant communication. Morning sends them forward again, following the seasonal rhythm of water and food. Their pace is slow, but their journey covers enormous distances over time. Another water source gives the herd a chance to recover. Food and water together provide the energy needed for another long movement. The trail continues beyond the water, following a route shaped by generations. From the ridge, the family finds another landscape waiting below. The young follow closely, learning when and where to move. For now, the valley provides everything the family needs. Their journey continues beyond the frame, following water wherever the seasons lead. Far across the ocean, another extraordinary journey begins, beneath the waves. The mother stays close as her young calf learns to follow her.
Maiden. Together they leave familiar waters and begin a journey measured in thousands of kilometers.
Every powerful stroke carries them farther toward distant feeding grounds. At the surface, each breath reminds them how demanding the journey is. The weather changes, but the pair continues along the same migration route. Rough seas make every movement harder, especially for the young calf. The mother adjusts her pace, helping the calf conserve precious energy. Calmer water gives the pair a chance to recover. Below the surface, the endless current carries them toward richer waters. They surface together, breathe deeply, and disappear once more beneath the waves. As daylight fades, the long journey continues beneath a changing sky. Even through the night, their direction remains steady.
Morning reveals another day of travel, bringing them closer to their destination.
The calf is growing stronger, matching more of its mother's powerful movements.
The ocean offers few landmarks, so the whales rely on instinct and memory.
The water ahead begins to change, signaling that their destination is closer. After weeks at sea, calmer coastal waters finally appear ahead. The long crossing is nearly complete, but one final stage remains. At last, the pair reaches waters rich enough to restore their strength. Abundant food gives the mother and calf the energy they desperately need. The calf learns where to feed by watching the mother that led it here. The exhausting journey has become a lesson that the young whale will carry for life. For now, the ocean is calm, and the travelers can finally rest. The mother stays close, protecting the bond that carried them across the ocean. Calf is stronger now, beginning to explore the ocean with growing confidence. Every new movement becomes another skill learned from the journey. The mother and calf now move with the confidence of travelers who endured the open sea. Destination has become a temporary home, rich with food for recovery. With every feeding dive, the calf gains strength for journeys yet to come. Their arrival is not the end, because migration is a cycle that will return. The calf has traveled far, but the ocean still holds many lessons ahead. Together, they rise toward the light, carrying the memory of the journey within them. For a moment, the ocean reveals the strength built through thousands of miles. Their long journey has made the calf stronger, and every mile has brought new experience. Soon they will travel again, following a route written deep within their instincts. Their story is one small chapter in the endless movement of life across Earth. Across land, ice, grassland, and ocean, survival demands the courage to keep moving. 5 extraordinary journeys reveal one timeless truth: nature survives through movement, endurance, and adaptation. If these journeys inspired you, support our channel and help us tell more wildlife stories. Subscribe, like, and share, and join us for the next incredible journey through the wild.